Yo, what's up, man? Caravan Crypto, back at it again. And this time, I want to call you names, man. I want to be real disrespectful and terrible to you because I can't believe you're not investing in crypto. Now, if you're like not an investor, just period, like, okay, I understand it. You know what I mean? Like you're not into the activity of having money make more money, right? And so, that's not your cup of tea typically. And because of that, you don't really know, what to do and how this thing works. And so the whole thing is just scary, right? And you obviously you don't want to lose money, right? That's fine. I feel it, and you should try this out a little bit, okay? Just take some money, park it, and wait. Come back later, okay? See how it does. See if you like, the feeling of making a good investment, okay? But for all you other people who, you guys play stocks, you guys speculate on precious metals and futures, and you do all these other markets, and you, how could I put it, man? You feed into the comfort of embracing the rhetoric and the messaging of the current system. You love it. You love the current system. You like that world. You enjoy that world. There's something about it. It's intriguing to you. It's captivating to you. It makes you feel like you're part of that club, even though you may not have as many zeros at the end of your position, your investment capital, as they got, right? But it makes you feel like you're part of that world because you made money on Berkshire Hathaway, or you made money on Apple or Facebook, or whatever, right? You made money. That's cool. And I'm glad you make money. I don't want to see you lose, and if you want to keep investing in that, man, please, who am I to stop you from having a great time, okay? All I'm saying is that, if you rewired the emotional part of your brain and you put it into the logical side of your brain, and you took a really honest look at cryptocurrencies, and you looked at the historical performance of cryptocurrencies, you'd come to the conclusion that, you're, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being honest, okay? You're willfully ignorant. I'm not trying to call you names here. I want to call you names, though. You're being a certain way about investing in crypto. It's not a smart thing to not do it. If we're just looking at statistics, logic, the data, it doesn't make any sense for you not to invest in crypto. It makes no sense whatsoever. Now you are going to say some kind of thing right now in your head. You're mad at me. You're mad at me because I said that, okay? And I'm saying this with love, with absolute love. I'm even saying it with humility. I know it's hard to believe that, okay? Because I'm trying to be nice about it, all right? But I'm saying this with love for you because I want to see you win. I want to see you do well. And I don't want to see you miss out on this transfer of wealth, this innovation of money itself, because of, this giant machine of propaganda that wants to entice you to stay within what they have already built. You know what I mean? It's just me, the lone voice crying out in the wilderness, okay, versus the giant machine of capitalism, and it's approved, it's, how can I put it? It's authorized, selected, investment class that they deem is okay for you to do. Take all your money and spend it on crypto. You're crazy. But take all your money and go and spend it in, stocks and buy gold with it. And yeah, you're all right. Take all your money, go to the casino and gamble with it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please. There's something going on there, my friend. If you have a healthy trust for the messaging that's on MSNBC, that's on even CNN and, Fox Business and Bloomberg and all that stuff, telling you anything about, why you shouldn't get into crypto, you know what I'm saying? If you embrace that messaging, my friend, that's unhealthy for you. It's very unhealthy for you. You should have a healthy distrust for these things, because look, man, it's the innovation of money, right? It's I can't put it any plainer than that. All right, it's the innovation of money itself, and the reason why I'm so adamant about trying to drive this point home to you is because when it comes to Bitcoin, there's a finite amount of Bitcoin. It's not like, we can just have Bitcoin and just keep having more Bitcoin and, you want a whole one? Oh, great. Let me just pluck some out of the ground for you. You know what I mean? Let me just put my shovel in and pull up a whole Bitcoin. It doesn't work like that. It's a finite amount of Bitcoin, and we're already, I want to say 90% of the way mined. You know what I mean? Yeah, a little less than 90% of the way mined of all the Bitcoin that's ever going to be in existence. And I want you to really think, okay? Really think. You know what I mean? There's a finite amount of a digital commodity. And maybe you're from an older generation and you're like, "What, Teddy? A finite amount of something digital? Pfft, that sounds like an oxymoron." And I'm not gonna make a joke about that, but you should probably think about whether you know enough to challenge the expertise of that opinion. Of digital scarcity. Do you know enough to even make any challenge, any coherent, authentic challenge towards that position? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Get out of the emotional side of your thinking, please. For your sake. For your sake. Get out of the emotional side of your thinking, okay? And just be honest with yourself, man. Digital scarcity. Can that be real? Is that a true thing? And before you answer, be honest with yourself if you just don't have what it takes to actually answer that question. If you just don't know enough, okay? It's kind of like a map, okay? You can't go somewhere if you don't know where you are first. You know what I mean? Now, digital scarcity, man, I'm here to tell you, okay? Yeah, and look, don't believe anything I say. Go and verify it. Take the time to verify it, okay? Take the time to go and research it for yourself, right? What if I'm lying? What if I'm just wrong? I'm the one who, is ignorant about this. What if, right? So go research it for yourself. But I'm here to tell you, digital scarcity is real, and Bitcoin is the most secure database that's ever existed that we know of. It's peer-to-peer, meaning there's no intermediary, handling the transfer of data from one person to another. And it's secure enough to hold deeds, trusts, medical records, identity even. It's digital. It's secure enough to do that. And because it's secure enough to hold those much more valuable things, it's also it's secure enough to hold value, currency, money, is what I'm talking about. It's secure enough to hold that. And that's why we have this thing called digital scarcity. It's why we have a thing called Bitcoin, internet money, whatever you want to call it, okay? That's why we have these things, because it's secure enough to do any of the things that I just mentioned, okay? Yo, if this was like a company, right? Because maybe, because you're in stocks, you can only think of it in terms of a company with a corporation and a head of the corporation and blah, 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 blah. You can only think of it like that, right? So if this was a company that made the most secure database to ever exist, maybe you'd invest in that. The most secure database to ever exist. I mean, it would be cool if Google used it, right? They need to store information, or Amazon needs to store information, Facebook needs to store information. I mean, using the most secure database to ever exist sounds like something that makes sense, right? You might want to invest in that at an early stage. But because it's called a currency, that's like throwing you for a loop, and oh man, that's a monkey wrench in my thinking. I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but I want to expose in your mind, some of the absurdity of, the cognitive dissonance and bias, that you're using for your decision making, that's keeping you from jumping into an asset that is known to increase by an average of 200% year over year. Every year. Yo, there's nothing that does that. I mean, there's some things that might do that 200% year over year, some things that might do that, but there's nothing that is up 75 million% from when it started. I don't think. I haven't seen it. There's nothing that's up 75 million% from where it started is worth $1 trillion in market cap and is estimated to 50 to 100x over the next 10, 15, 20 years from there. Yeah. Look, if you're in denial about that, are you in denial about that just as a knee-jerk reaction to that statement? Or are you in denial about that because you've actively looked at the market, because you've actively, engaged in the research and drawn up the equations used, to make it the foundation of your position? Man, is that the case? Because, this is my plea to you to be honest with yourself about how much you know about Bitcoin, about how much you know about crypto. This is like, this is the internet 3.0. This is the new era. We're not going backwards. Let me tell you that. We're not going to a world where nobody uses Bitcoin anymore. That's not happening, my friend. It's not happening, And, conversely, because it's so new and because the messaging of crypto is so democratized, there's a lot of BS information out there. There's a lot. BS information like, well, China can just take it over. It's BS. It's garbage. We're past that. That's not even a thing. I don't even want to get into why that's not a thing, but I have a video on my channel, on this channel, why it's not a thing. It's not a thing anymore, okay? The U.S. government's going to ban it. You can't ban it. It's not a thing. It's not going to happen. The SEC, chairman of the SEC, Jerome Powell, he said, we don't have any plans of banning cryptocurrency. Well, the U.S. government's just going to regulate it into the ground. No, you can't regulate it. You can't regulate it. Here's why you can't regulate it, okay? First of all, you can't regulate it in terms of like preventing me from buying it, right? Like they're not going to do that, right? That's the only way that they could do it, which would be now a blanket ban. And you don't ban Bitcoin, you ban yourself, you ban your country from buying Bitcoin, and then other countries who don't ban it will buy it all up. Remember, it's a finite amount. There's only going to be 21 million. Okay, it's digital scarcity. There's only going to be 21 million. If your citizens in your country don't buy it, guess what? You lose out. You lose. Because now they don't buy it. They don't own it. And the rest of the world does. And when they engage in global commerce and use Bitcoin as the reserve currency for their transactions, oh, you don't have any. Oh, well, we're only taking Bitcoin. We're only taking Bitcoin for oil. We're only taking Bitcoin for plastic or ore or urea or cement or whatever it is. You know what I mean? We're only taking Bitcoin. Sorry. You got any Bitcoin? Do you want to do that? That's the conversation that's going to happen. Okay. And if you're going to pay in dollars, then there's going to be a premium on that. You're going to pay a premium price on it, right? That's what's going on. That's the first thing. So they can't ban it. They can't ban you from buying Bitcoin, or else they really shoot themselves in the foot. And the more you learn about Bitcoin, the more you'll realize why. But just on face value, the only one reason out of many is that it's digitally scarce. Okay. Second thing is, once I buy Bitcoin, you know what I can do? Okay. What I could do is I can take that Bitcoin, I can send it to this thing called a decentralized exchange. What's decentralized, Teddy? Decentralized means that there's no one point of control. There's no one, point of decision making or point of failure or whatever. There's no one place where I can, exert authority over that one place that, creates control, or I could start, change, or stop the thing that we're talking about here. There's nothing like that, right? I can move it to a decentralized exchange where now I can buy any cryptocurrency. I don't even need my name on the exchange. I just need an email, And if you think that, if you don't need your name and your social security and they don't know who you are, well, then they have to shut that down. What I'm telling you is they can't. They can't shut it down because of those things. There's nobody who's in charge of it, and so it doesn't get shut down. Well, how do you know that it's going to operate then if there's nobody that's controlling it, in charge of it? Because it's software. It just does it on its own. Do you think that when you make a phone call, that there's some nice lady sitting at a board that's plugging your line to another line so that you guys can talk? Do you think that's happening? No. The software is just running. That's all. Well, Teddy, then why do they have operators and whatnot? They have them there so that they can stop you from communicating if they want to. That's the key, right? If they want to, letting you communicate, that's the easy part. But keeping control there so they can stop you from communicating, that's what they want to do. That's why it's there. You don't pay your bill? Well, you're not communicating. Pay your bill. And then we can communicate. Crypto's not like that. Crypto doesn't operate like that. Look, man, there's this thing. It's called decentralized finance, right? Decentralized finance is decentralized finance, right? There's no control, but there's finance going on, okay? And, what you could do there is set up collateralized loans where I don't even need a social security number. There's an account, I deposit crypto into it, and they lend me crypto and lock up the crypto I deposited there. If the value of my crypto that's deposited there goes up enough to replace what I loaned out, then they release the collateral. And they get to keep their value, and I get to keep the crypto that I borrowed plus my collateral. We're good. We're even. You know what I mean? This is bro. Yeah, this is happening. Smart contracts. I want to sell a car, and I post on Craigslist, and so-and-so hits me up, and I want to know if so-and-so has the money to buy it. We set up a smart contract. They deposit the Ethereum or the Bitcoin in the smart contract, or whatever coin you want to choose, deposit it there, and we go, and I know now this person has the money to buy the car, and we go meet up, and dude says, I don't want to buy this car. Great, cancel the contract. And the funds get released back to him. Or he says, yeah, I want to buy it. Great, sign the contract. Both parties agree, boom. Funds get released, you get the car. People are buying property sight unseen, just from photos. People were doing that at the beginning of the pandemic. What did they use to buy it? Ethereum. Because I don't have to go through this banking system and the fees and all that. I don't have to do that. You have a wallet? Yeah, I have a wallet. Yeah, all right, let's set up the smart contract. Deposit the funds. Great. All right, we both agree? Yep. Oh, you're the new proud owner of whatever. Yeah, man, it's crypto. This is crypto, my friend. This is crypto. This is how it goes. Yeah, I think the wheels are turning a little bit. You know, what do we need a bank for? Right? A bank used to hold your money, keep it secure, gives you an interest rate. 1% per year. Yay! 0.1% per year. Yay! Thank you, bank. See, I'm being facetious here. I'm mockingly impersonating the bank. You know what I mean? Look, man, with Bitcoin, nobody can access your crypto. And most other cryptos are like that. Nobody can access. Like, when I say nobody, no one. Not a government, not an army, not a bank, not anything. It's the most secure database in the world. It wouldn't be the most secure database in the world if you could just hack it willy-nilly. If an army could hack it, you could have an army of hackers. Couldn't hack the Bitcoin blockchain. Couldn't do it. It's too secure. I could go into the mechanisms. You don't care about that. You don't care why it's secure. You just want to know that it's secure. I could break it down. We'd be here for another 20 minutes. Why it's the most secure database in the world, why it works. You don't care. Keep it real, man. You don't even care if the exchange that you do, the brokerage firms you do your stock purchases with are that secure. You don't even care. You don't even care that your current bank, where your money sits every day, gets hacked every day. Every day. Every single day. You don't care. Why should I take the time, you know what I mean, to break down why Bitcoin's so secure? Man, you don't even care. But it is. You know what I mean? Somebody sent 900, just like 2 days ago, somebody sent $950 million. Yeah, man. People have that kind of money. Yeah. Billions of dollars. Yeah. Billions and billions. The biggest wallet in crypto is $67 billion. You know what I mean? Yeah. People playing with that kind of money. There's multi-millionaires, and nobody knows that they're multi-millionaires, just them. It's a secret. The government doesn't even know. Oh, Teddy, the government, no, bro, the government doesn't know. No. What are you talking about? Do you even know enough to challenge my expertise on the topic? Where are you coming from? You know what I mean? You gotta be real with yourself. But somebody sent $950 million, and nobody could stop it. Nobody could decline the transaction. No one can. There's not a possibility. Okay? Nobody could say, oh, you can't send that transaction. You can't do that. Well, how much was the fee, Teddy? Because you got to pay for the wire, and you got to pay for this, and then there's tax involved. You're going from country to country, and you got to, and it's your business, and $1.30 under that. It was less than. It's like $1.20 something. That's how much the fee was. $1.20 something. No permissions. It happened instantaneously. We're not waiting 3 days to settle up and blah, 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 blah. It's got to go through the clearinghouse and the blah, blah, blah. We're not living in that kind of world anymore, my friend. It's the world of yesteryear. You just either haven't been paying attention, or you've been too arrogant and dismissive about this current world that's here. Not coming in the future. Not about to be here soon one day. Nah, bruh. It's here. It's here, OG. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you something, man. I'm really trying to talk to you, man. Yo, if you're in crypto and you're already investing in crypto and you have doubts, listen to this video right here. You got doubts? You got doubts? Listen, man, there's this thing called NFTs, OG. There's something called NFTs, OG. Stands for non-fungible tokens. It means they're tokens, they're just not currency. Okay, but they're tokens. Well, what do you use the token for if you don't use it for currency? Young blood? Listen, man. Somebody bought a Banksy. You know who Banksy is? You don't know who Banksy is, OG? Banksy is a very famous painter, an artist. Does this very radical but beautiful art. It's hella famous. Okay? Banksy. All right? Somebody bought a Banksy painting. Okay? And then what they did was they logged the authenticity of this Banksy painting on a blockchain so that it's verifiable, it's immutable, meaning that those details can't be changed now, and that NFT was linked to that piece of art. And then included in the NFT is a video of that piece of art, that Banksy painting, being lit on fire, burned, and destroyed. So now that painting is only existing on the blockchain. It's only an NFT. It's no longer a physical painting. Whoa! I don't know what you're thinking, OG. I know what you're thinking, OG. Why would they do that? They just destroyed it. And they just killed it. Now it's not worth nothing. No, OG. Now it's worth more money. Because the only way that this exists is on that blockchain, on the NFT. It's the only way it exists. And the person sold that Banksy for more money than what he bought it for as an NFT on the blockchain. So what is it? It's just a picture with a video on the blockchain as an NFT. That's it. And it's worth more. Why is it worth more, OG? I know what you're wondering. I know what you're wondering. Why is it worth more? Because it's authenticated. See, it was a problem in the art world. How do I know that this painting is an authenticated Rembrandt? You know, this guy is like a, whatever, 17th century, 18th century, 16th century, I don't know what century. Artist. He painted stuff, made things 400 years ago, 300 years ago. You know, an art curator or an art appraiser or somebody who knows art can walk in and they're taking their best guess in convincing me that this is a real Rembrandt. But it's their best guess. We don't really know. There wasn't in the studio when he was doing that, scribbling on the paper. You know? How do I know this is an authenticated Monet? No, we don't know. We have no idea. But if we had NFTs, OG, but if we had NFTs that were linked to the painting, OG, then when I sell you the painting and you ask me for the NFT that goes along with it, bada bing, bada boom. That's authentication. We can track the chain of buyers and sellers of the painting, owners of the painting, by tracking the chain of the NFT. My guy, this is where we are here already. Ecomi, OMI is the symbol, is a coin for a blockchain that has the licensing to produce NFTs for Marvel, I believe Star Wars, Disney, Pokemon, all this popular stuff, DC Comics, all this popular stuff. They have the ability to make those NFTs, OG. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm really trying to tell you, man. So look, man, if you're not investing in crypto, you're crazy. If you're an investor already, you're not investing in crypto, bruh. I don't know what to tell you, my guy. I don't know what to tell you. We're at the tail end of this bull run. And there's going to come a time where the prices are going to come down, but for now, they're going to go up a lot. And, you know, if you're just being emotional about it, you know, you're literally just being emotional about it. You're being emotional about how, well, I just don't know what it is. Take the time to learn. You know what I'm saying? You didn't drive a car when you were born. You learned that, you know? Whatever job that you had, you didn't know it before you got there, and you learned that. You telling me you can't learn this? Come on, bro. Come on, OG. Don't do yourself like that. You know? Come on, man. So it's my plea to you, man. It's my plea. Like, get with the times. You know what I mean? And be a part of the change. And it's look, man. There's money to be made. And if that's all you're into, there's at least that. So yeah, man, it's my 2 cents. All right. I love you. I really do, man. And I hope that everything goes well. And I hope that, you know, everything works out for you, even if you don't invest in crypto. But I've been telling OGs for years, invest in crypto, and they didn't listen, man. And some of them, when they listened, you know, Bitcoin was 30 and 40 grand. I'm telling you that, you know, you might listen when Bitcoin's 400 grand and it's only 60K today. You know, you might listen when Bitcoin's 800 grand and it's only 60 today. Okay? But, you know, why wait that long? It's going to be the same thing. That's why Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It does the same thing. It's done the same thing 5 years ago that it does today. That's why we like it. That's why it's worth 60K. And the next biggest market cap is only worth 4,000 because Bitcoin is not promising anything. It just does what it does. That's it. Nothing more. Just does what it does. All right. It's my 2 cents, man. Love y'all. Be safe. OG. Make sure you keep up with your vitamins. Get your rest. Drink plenty of fluids. You know what I mean? Don't forget to wear your mask out in public. All right. Love you. Peace.